when we were on the plane heading to Vegas, there was somebody who was just literally, she took a picture really quick of the sunset. It was like a boop, you know what I mean? Quick. That's literally how your videos can be. Like 5 seconds of something going on. All right, now I'm digging into this.
Yeah.
Boom.
Welcome to Leaf Notes, the podcast that helps your business take root and grow. I'm Adria Marshall, seasoned business owner and speaker.
And I'm Sydney Mafuka, artist, illustrator, and small business owner.
Join us each week as we take you on a journey through the ups and downs of entrepreneurship. We'll dive into everything from social media strategy to protecting your business.
We'll even answer your burning questions such as, do I need a business plan? Should I form an LLC? Where should I promote my business? And so much more.
Together with our guests, we'll break down these topics into actionable steps, helping you build the business of your dreams.
So whether you're just starting or you're looking to scale, we got you covered.
So go grab your notebooks, your favorite beverage, and cozy up to receive practical insights and inspiration here on Leaf Notes. Let's go make your business dreams a reality.
You're talking about, guess what we're talking about? We are talking about reels.
See, the cool thing is we both use social media to grow our businesses and stuff. And so I grew mine primarily with reels. And you grew yours primarily with posts. And it's kind of interesting because I think posts got more reach.
Reach didn't exist at that time.
Yeah. So obviously posts got more reach. That's the only thing you could do. So yeah, I think it's really cool to see the different times, you know, and how Instagram has changed as a platform and how social media in general, because I mean, there's TikTok, YouTube Shorts, all those things, right?
Now, the good thing is I feel like my page has definitely been growing a lot faster than it has been in previous years. We're getting about, like our engagement rate is staying over 3.
That's good.
I'm pleased with. And we're getting about 100 followers a week almost. So
that's really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now that we've kind of gotten into our groove, so me and my social media team, but still, I think this is really cool because talking to my social media team and to my ads team, also, we've noticed that, and we've kind of known this, that the content that gets the most engagement on our page is because people love to see us making products. People love to see us going to the farm and all the behind the scenes stuff.
Yeah.
And that's perfect content for reels if I knew how to really create them well.
Yeah.
So, and it's not the job of my social media team to create the reels. They just, do the scheduling, the caption, and posting it. So it's my job to make the content worth seeing.
Right.
So I could use some help with that.
And I think it'll be cool because I think it's what sets your brand apart. Like there's tons of brands that give you beautiful curly hair or you know what I mean, can give you really great results. But I think something that's really notable about your brand is that you guys are eco-friendly and now you guys are locally sourced, you know what I mean? And that's really huge. Not many brands can say that. So I think it would be really cool to sort of highlight those different things. And that makes room for a lot of content because for me, a lot of my content ends up being kind of redundant, I guess a little bit to me, right? But it's mostly because, okay, like I'm making hoodies and like those don't get old. Like they usually reach new people and they're like, oh, wow, that's really cool to see someone, you know, again, artists have merch, but you don't see that many that are like out here doing it themselves. They're maybe like outsourcing it, right? So I make hoodies, tumblers, like those kinds of things. But I think with you, there's so many cool options. You can even show your personality, the personality of your team. I feel like it can really build a deeper connection with your brand and the energy that comes with it, right?
I think that's so important, especially now because I feel like we're growing a lot just in the curly space, you know, but people don't know the story as much as they did when we only had 25,000
for sure.
So our more recent followers. So
what I think, like in the beginning when I saw your stuff like popping off, I think what was really cool is that people knew it was just you. You remember how we were kind of talking about how in the beginning people can be really nice when they know it. It's just one person behind this. Like they're going to be extra patient, very kind.
But I think there could have been, and you can let me know this is a thing that exists for you, but there could have been a disconnect when you started scaling. Someone else like answers your emails now. Someone else like, you know what I mean? And if people really want to talk to you, the founder, they have to book a consultation or a meeting. So I think definitely Reels will allow that connection to still exist. And I don't think many big brands are optimizing Reels beyond like influencers and stuff in that way, right?
Right. And to your point, like although we have grown, now we have a team more than just me and more than just me and you, you and Jasmine, right?
Yeah.
But I still am really accessible, right? And I don't think that a lot of people know that also. Like you can book a meeting with me, you can book a consultation with me, we can text. I mean, I have quite a few customers with my phone number and they ask for advice about their hair, you know?
Yeah.
So, and then you have the farm aspect and the sustainability aspect and all those things. And all the work we're trying to do with our team, growing our team is, and even I think even our email content is, I try to make it as super personal as possible, like with our employee spotlight. So yeah, I think this will help to further that story.
Yeah. Now we know what direction you kind of want to go with Reels and what you want to add into your social media strategy a little bit. I think the next step is like for me, when I was just starting out with Reels, I looked at like people who were creating content that was similar to the content that I wanted to create.
Okay.
So that can literally be anyone. It doesn't have to be in your niche.
Right.
Especially because you're very unique, right? But like find like Reels that are in a style that you want to do them in. Like for me, I ended up getting looking into like a lot of people who were makers, like pottery people. I looked into people who were making hoodies before I was making them and just looking at the different angles and seeing how I can apply that to what I'm doing right now. Okay. And that will give you really good insight on like the different angles that you can use. It can give you a good idea of like what hooks may work because some people like to do. So a hook can be something in the beginning of your video and in your caption. So a hook can count as like some type of movement in the beginning of your video. Sometimes it's like that to catch people's attention, to make someone keep watching. Attention grabber. So that can either be text, that can be movement. Like for me, a lot of times is me walking walking straight into the frame with a hoodie, getting ready to like make it. And that's kind of my hook to keep people interested in being like, oh, what is she about to do? You know what I mean? And then maybe in the caption, it could be like, asking a question that could lead to comments, right? Okay. And that kind of gives you that engagement. But just analyze those videos, like just find something about add to your task list, as I am in the position that put on your task list to find.
I hate this so much.
To find some videos that
maybe like three,
and just make sure that they are from maybe different people. Okay, that'll be really good, so that you can kind of, because a lot of times the way that I see it is like as an artist, I know this is very different, but it could also be like how you make products, right? You could have looked at different products that were out there on the market before you made your own products, and looked at what works about these things. That's what I did. And
it's all what in my story.
Yeah, what's compelling about these things, and put them into a singular product that works perfectly for you, right?
Yeah.
It's the same thing with Reels.
Like different pieces. Got it.
Yeah, like so maybe someone is the aesthetic. Maybe someone is the way they do their voiceovers. Right. Maybe someone is the way that they have their call to action and their text. You know what I mean? So it could be that simple.
Got it. So what in your opinion are the major components of a good reel? So we know we have the camera angles. I'm gonna need your guidance on that. Like, well, first let's just pause right there. How many camera angles do you usually go for?
So because I'm inspired by a lot of maybe more aesthetic things, normally I'll go for at least 2 camera angles of me doing the same thing.
And how do you feel that you only have one camera?
Yeah.
How do you feel that?
I do the same movement again.
Really?
Yeah. Okay. So like you'll see me. So in one of my reels, maybe I can have it as an example on here. But in one of my reels, you'll see me walk into the frame, right? And put my hoodie down on the floor. Another reel, you'll see an above shot of me putting the hoodie down on the floor. Putting the hoodie down on the floor is literally that's double shot. And it cuts into that, right? Gotcha. So now it's like you got me walking in, you see me moving into that, but now there's this other shot of me, actually doing it.
So I'm going to need help with the editing.
We'll get there. We can talk about apps and like what I use and things like that as well. So for me, it all depends on what you're going for. There's plenty of really good reels that are simple and some that are a lot more involved, more complex. And I think you can easily just work your way to that, right?
Yeah.
I think for me, a successful reel is just one that I feel really shares an in-depth of my progress, right? So for you, maybe a really good reel for you is what really shows how you plant seed at the farm and showing that process for you or whatever. But for me,
so I have some of that content already. There's no way for me to get the different camera angles if I've already taken the shot.
What you need to do is film things in that format.
Yeah.
And because a lot of your stuff are horizontal. But yeah, so actually, I want to dumb this down a little bit more. Okay. A good reel is something that tells a cohesive story. And that can be, I mean, someone putting just text on the screen and people reading it. I mean, that's okay. It's very minimal, but that's not something that I feel it's going to have a long-lasting impact on people. But I think so I like to have mine be maybe 30 to 45 seconds long. And I mean, you can also include like a 6-second clip, but I typically don't like doing that because I feel like it's kind of like selling your soul for the algorithm because people are bound to have to keep their attention span for 6 seconds. Right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it doesn't, for me, when I was doing that in the beginning of my journey, yes, I was growing tremendously. I will say that it works, but I don't think I was being as authentic and true to myself and sharing what I wanted to share in my own story. So what makes a good reel is creating content that's authentic to you and knowing that you're putting the best version of yourself out there and sharing your story in that way, however may that be.
Okay, so I have so many things. So we're going to say 30 to 45 seconds. I'm a Virgo, so I like the rules. So 30 to 45 seconds.
Make sure you film in Instagram format. So film with your phone, vertical.
Vertical, so film vertical.
Make sure you wipe your camera beforehand. You don't want blurry clips.
So I'm thinking about a couple of things. So I got to tell a cohesive story, authentic, all the things.
So it could be, I have an idea. So like it could be you like being like, come with me to go to the farm, right?
Yeah.
Let's say you film a little thing of you going and getting into your car and then one of you like driving your car. You know what I mean? And then now you're at the farm. So you have like this, excited.
Yeah.
You have like this pan of like the farm, right? That you show that you're here.
Okay.
And then you have another angle of you walking into it, right? And it's more of like a wide shot, like a wide, like, and I can help you film this.
Yeah.
But it's like a wide shot and you're walking in and you go into the greenhouse and you grab, you know what I mean? Like that tells a story of what you're doing, like where you got the setting. You got who you are, right?
Okay.
And then now you got what you're doing at the farm.
Right.
And that could just be the task of like planting seeds or even cleaning something up or even pulling up weeds. And then maybe you could have like a voiceover of you sharing what this means to you.
Yeah. This is really timely too because we're gonna plant. I'm so excited. We're gonna plant our first round of crops. We're going to seed them in February, and I need to meet with Garland to make sure that I've gotten enough seeds. And he's right up the street too, so we could actually walk up there, which would be kind of cool too.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
And what you could do is like combine things that happened on different days. So like you walked up there and got your seeds, maybe on a different day. Now you're actually showing what you're doing with those seeds and putting them to action. Or you can do it where like if you want to highlight like, you know, how you're locally sourced and stuff like that, you can ask Garland if you can maybe interview him and like do like an overview of his garden and like, you know what I mean? And maybe ask about like what inspires him and how he's one of the people who really contribute into you bringing your own vision to life, right?
That's a great idea. Now, let me ask, this is twofold. So I think like those ideas are great. I do think they're going to take a longer period of time, especially because we're in the holidays.
Yeah.
Now, so this is fantastic, and I'll use you and your input for doing that because the ideas are coming into mind.
Yay!
Also, I have a ton of content already that I feel that I could edit together just to get the ball rolling now.
And what you can do with that, like, as long as you're able to zoom them in to being that format, because that's like really
That's the
key.
key.
Most videos, like, I think Instagram said themselves, I'm not sure, don't copy me verbatim, but they said themselves that having things in that format, it's gonna push your video out. They kind of consider it low quality content, quote unquote.
If it's widescreen.
If it's widescreen, it doesn't fit the full vertical format.
So what should I do though? So say that I have, I'm pretty sure that I can do some cropping, whatever, to get it into the format. And we'll talk about apps too that you recommend. But because I didn't do the different angles. I may have some different angles. But go ahead.
So you don't even have to focus on a different angle. You can do this in like a form of a montage of like things that of like your story and things that you accomplished. You can put a trending audio over it, or like a trending motivational thing over it, and just have like these different clips that you like that are kind of like changing on beat in a way.
So like maybe since we're getting to the end of the year, like my journey with the farm this year, and then just have different clips throughout the year that show. So I can do that.
And that could just be something that you do on the plane when we're heading on vacation or something. You know what I mean?
Cool. So I'm going to do that. That's a great one for me to work on this week and get it just as a test for me to play around with things. So 2024 journey with the farm. That's good. Let's talk about, so you mentioned trending text and trending audio. How do I know what's trending?
So
go ahead.
I don't think there's trending text. So when I say trending, like, it's like motivational stuff. So, like what a lot of times, like you'll find like motivational things from Maya Angelou, or like, you know what I mean? And you can put that as like, instead of you doing your own voiceover, have that be, if you feel like it can resonate with your audience and with a wide range of people, have that be the be your voiceover.
Where do I find that?
On Instagram.
Okay, so you're gonna have to help me this week find me. Something like that would be great. So motivational audio, I like that a lot.
And you find out on Instagram, you can tell when there's like a little arrow pointing up on Instagram underneath that audio. It'll show that's trending. And then there's also some cases where like videos will still do well even if it's not trending. So even if you like the audio, the trending audio stuff is really helpful for like if you're really, really trying to grow. But I've also seen videos without a trending audio seem to do well too. I just know that for me, trending audios have really helped me get more reach,
Got it. So what's the process? Should I find the audio first and then kind of set the video to that?
So
to the rhythm?
Normally what I'll do is I have like an archive of audios from just scrolling on Instagram.
So you save them?
I just save them. And then when I have my video, I'll go through my audios and be like, which one do I think would like, because I can still do a rough cut on the clips of, because like you want your clips to be 2 to 3 seconds long.
So that's a good thing.
Because people have very short attention spans.
3 seconds per clip. Okay, got it. Okay.
So you want them to be 2 to 3 seconds long per clip. So that can be like your rough cut. And then maybe when you find your audio or in your archive of audios, and I would just say maybe spend like 5 to 10 minutes on scrolling on the Reels thing and saving audios that you like. And that's how I just build up a little archive. So I don't have to like panic or feel stressed about finding an audio that fits all the time. Right.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it. So you'll so you kind of have your idea for the reel. Then you do a rough cut of it. Yeah. And then you go to your audience and find the audio that kind of fits it. And then you'll edit it.
Yes. And what I'll do is, because this just helps me because I use CapCut. So what I'll do is I will screen record, because like screen recording will pick up that audio. So I'll screen record the audio page and I'll show you how I do that. And then in a CapCut, you can extract an audio from a video, right? So I'll take that, screen recording, and it'll just extract that audio.
Got it. So you don't do it.
Do I edit in Instagram?
Right.
Yeah, no, I don't.
Got it.
Yeah.
And that's what I was thinking, it was costing so much pain.
Because it's Instagram, I don't think they've gotten to a point where it's very intuitive to do that. Right. And then with TikTok, it's kind of the same thing, because I feel like there's still an issue with like certain sounds you can get on TikTok. So like for me, I found the most leniency with just using CapCut.
That makes a lot of sense. It was costing so much pain doing it. And this is not what Instagram is made for. It's not.
It's not, but it's also like if you're gonna be like people have complained like, hey, if you're going to be like pushing us to make reels, maybe you should have an intuitive thing.
Yeah.
And they've improved like since the beginning of the year, but I do think like I'm just more confident.
Absence all of it that they do.
Yeah.
They're good at it.
Yeah.
I got it. So I'm gonna screen record. So I'm gonna do my process there. So first of all, I'm gonna go through Instagram. I'm gonna save a bunch of audios that I like.
Don't forget to look at like treat Instagram like a Pinterest board. So be able to find videos that are like carry a similar vibe because it makes you can almost use that as like a template.
The first thing I'm gonna do is find reels that I like.
Yes.
Okay. Find reels I like. Then I'm gonna find audios I like. Okay.
And you'll probably find those like in the same process, right? And it's cool because on Instagram you can create your own folder. Oh, you can create your own folders for reels that inspire you.
We're talking about that. You
yeah.
How to do that.
Yes.
You were really excited when you found that.
Yeah, because then now you're really treating it like Pinterest. And then also in your if you save the audios, there's also an automatic folder for saved audios.
Guys, I'm gonna find and save reels, find and save audios. Then I'm gonna do a rough cut. That's next. I'm gonna do a rough cut
with your videos being your clips being 2 to 3 seconds long.
2 to 3 seconds. We do the rough cut in CapCut.
Yes.
Then I'm going to find. Then I'm gonna like hone down on the reel that I want.
The audio.
The audio. Then I'm gonna screen record the audio, and then I'm gonna extract the audio from the video.
That's you screen recorded. Yeah.
Yeah, and then I'm going to edit the video.
And you're gonna, yes.
And you guys, what I'm going to do is since you're going to come along with me, and some of you may be like me, you just do not know, I'm going to make a nice checklist, and I'm going to edit it as I go along, so I'll present it to you at the end, so you'll know exactly what to do step by step by step.
So, Virgo of you.
Yeah, we're going to have a to-do list. This is great. Okay, this is awesome. So we're going to do this for the 2024 Journey with the Farm, and then I'll get into a rhythm. That way when I want to meet up with garlands, and then I'll just know as I'm doing my content going forward,
you can have
to do the multiple shots.
Yeah, and like you don't. So with the multiple shots, like maybe right now you just want to play around with just having like with just making reels that share your story in that way,
right?
And then just like work your way up to the more complex stuff.
I know that as I'm filming content going forward to set myself up for success by having the shot A, shot B.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's I think you're gonna do a good job. You're gonna be fine.
I'm excited
for you. And then what you can do is make a goal to like post a video that once a week.
Or I might even I have to do is just record it for my team. You know, so I have to record it for them.
And they put it together.
Well, I have the caption, and I can even tell them like I'll go ahead and do the audio, but then they will schedule it and everything.
Oh, okay, got you. They're scheduling it, but they're not like you said, they're not like making the video.
No. Yeah, so let's talk about that real quick. So we got the video down. How do you decide on the caption?
Oh my gosh. So
and do you do like on the screen, like on the video, or do you just do it in the captions?
So lately I've just been doing it in the captions, but that's just because sometimes I don't feel like the words look aesthetic. Like I feel like they mess up like the vibe of my video. Okay. So I'm very particular, but I've seen some really successful videos. I think it just depends on what you do and what you like. I do captions. I will say that like I don't think I have like the best caption strategy. So I know what people will oftentimes do is make their headline of their caption something that's a really good thing to keep hook to keep them reading. But then also let's say like maybe their video, I hate these videos, but they do really, really well. All right. It'll be like a 7-second video being like how I did this, blah, 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 blah. Then the caption will be like, read here. Or it'll be like, find out in the caption. And the caption will be like, read here. It'll be this long caption that makes them like replay the video over and over and over again, which gives them more views. You know what I mean? And a whole bunch of information. But what I would say is just have a hook. Maybe it's like a question to your audience, right? And then maybe and then maybe below that, it could be like you answering how how did your sustainable journey begin or something like that.
The title is in the
caption, right?
It's in a catchy way.
But it's in a catchy way so that people will want to comment, but then maybe like you have a question, but then you also have your answer in the captions for people who end up
reading. So either way, it leads to some engagement in the comments, and also maybe some people will read your caption and reply. I mean, and will replay your video a whole bunch of times.
Got it.
Yeah.
I am armed and ready.
Yay! But the goal is to make videos that you just really like. I want to make that clear because I feel like a lot of times with reels, people are very compelled by them because of the amount of reach that they can provide. But I really think it should be emphasized that that your values should be something along the lines of sharing your story in an authentic way. That's so really it's like it can get really tricky, and also again, just because your reels do really well, I've had reels do extremely well, but it didn't drive any sales. Yeah. It didn't drive any commissions. Right. None of those things. So I think it's really important to know that numbers don't always mean success, and that you can find success in even lower numbers,
Well, for me, my goal is engagement.
Okay.
And so it's not sales. So I think that's helpful.
Yes. There. Yes. Because that's just nurturing your community at that point, right?
That's what I want to do. I really want my social space to be our family, to be our community, be people who really know and understand our story.
Yeah.
And we get sales from all over the place. That's fine. But, our safe space, our home is on Instagram, especially. Instagram and Facebook. I want to grow further on Pinterest. We're doing really well on Pinterest and TikTok. I think our highest engagement right now is on TikTok, and I do nothing. So that'll be something to explore next.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, and some advice, because I know that you have a team, but for other people who are maybe like me, who are doing everything themselves, I think it's also important to know that there is a content strategy for growth and there's a content strategy for maintenance, right? Like for me, I'm in maintenance mode right now. I'm like, all right, I'm just going to post once or twice a week and just to let my audience know I'm still here. You know what I mean? While for growth, you might be posting every day. And just like when you work out, there's these seasons of bulking and there's seasons of cutting. Know that not every season is a season of growth. Yeah. And to work accordingly with that, right? And to plan accordingly with that.
Got it.
Yeah.
That's really good advice.
Yeah.
So I think right now, because we are growing, let's grow a little bit fast, but we're growing. So I think just inserting one of these a week is a good place to start.
And see how they do. If they do really well, which I think they will, to be honest, people love stuff like that. And it'll really help you get more people who are maybe into gardening and herbalism and stuff like that, to be honest with you. But see how they like it, and if they like it more and more, make it going. Yeah.
Oh, one more topic. Let's talk about hashtags. You have some strategy there.
So I don't use many hashtags. It's kind of a tricky one because I think it's weird. Things like the algorithm and things like hashtags, I don't think they're things that can be really proven. Some reels do well and some don't, no matter the hashtag. So normally I'll try to just do 3 to 5 hashtags that are kind of something that are in my niche. I'll try to make them sort of searchable hashtags. If I have a painting that has snakes in them, I might be snake painting. You know what I mean? So just something that is really particular about your reel. So maybe yours could be just sustainability, curly hair care, things like that. Things that are very specific to your reel, and just do 3 to 5. And yeah, because they're not as prominent as they used to be. So I don't think they're as important.
Got it.
But they're probably still nice to have here and there.
Got it. Hey, you guys. So following up on Sydney's instructions, her first direction was for me to find reels and audios that I like and then to save them. So this was surprisingly easy to do. So if you go into Instagram, you go to more, and then you go to save, then you can see the ones that I found. So here are some examples. So I really like this one.
Serum, moisturizer, sunscreen, cleanser.
I like this one. I want you to know that I'm never leaving, 'cause I miss the snow till death will be freezing. Yeah, you are my home, my home. So those were some examples that I really liked, and it was really easy to save them too. Let's see if I can find want to show you how to do it. So I love Eat with Zoe. So let's see if I can get one of his up and show you how to save. Let's go to his reels and let's look at this one.
Let's make something out of nothing. Today we got some loaded shrimp and broccoli baked potatoes. Threw a cheese sauce on top of there. You can throw anything in a potato, but I'm telling y'all, this is the right way to do it. First, we got to bake the potatoes. Hit them a little.
So all you do is click the little flag, and then if you go back into more and save, then you'll see that it's saved. And let me try to do the same with audio. So let's explore and find the cute audio. Then I'll show you how that works too. Let's see with this one. There you go. And that's all there is to it. And I'm using desktop, obviously, but it's just as simple on your phone app. Just as simple. So again, if you go back to more, go to save, then audio, and you'll see that audio that we saved. So super easy. So now that I have a list of reel ideas that I like and audio ideas that I like, I'm going to go to the next step, which is to rough cut some clips. I'm going to try to find a cohesive story. That's what she's told me to do, and find clips that line up with that story. I'm going to get those into CapCut, and then I'm going to put them into the style of one of those reels that I liked, and then I'm going to layer that audio on top of it. So that's the idea. I'll let you guys know how the next step goes. All right, y'all, here we go. So I've decided that the cohesive story that I want to tell is how we plant our okra seeds, water them, harvest them, and then they go into our Jello shot. So I found some clips of us planting and creating our Jello shot. So I think I can make this work. All right, so I'm in a CapCut, and let's create a new video. Let's see, how do we do this? Ooh, all right, I think I need a new project here. I want to record. Okay, I want to save this project. This is for this. Okay, and then I want to make a new one. Can I make a new one? Let's see. Okay, there we go. Create new video. Okay, this is gonna be for you, for Instagram. So with that, yeah. All right, so the first one I want is 549 JPEG. So go over here, media, go to my farm folder, and what's the one ending in 549? There we are. So that was the first one, just an image. Okay, sweet. Now I want to add another one. Okay, the second one is 479. I'm fixing the same folder. 479. So let's go down a little bit. Okay, this one. I'm just like drag that here. I wonder if that's gonna work. We'll have to see how that plays out. I'm not sure if that's working. All right, we'll see. Then the next one is 69. I may have to get Sydney help, but she should be proud because I'm doing pretty good so far. All right, so 069. And this one was, this is in a different folder. I remember correctly, it was in here, I think. Let me see where this one was. I think this one was in the zips. Let's see if it's in here. Okay, this is it. So let's copy this one and pull it out. Let's pull all these out. Then it's 069. Okay, then let's go back over here, and it should be over here. Okay. So that's uploading. And then the last one is the Jello shot product making video. This one. Okay. So this one wants to go there. And that one will go here. And I just don't understand. So this is just a photo, which is fine. It's cool I can space it out. But why isn't this one showing? There we go. Look at that. Yay. And it's cool that I can extend it so that when I add my audio, that's going to be so sweet. All right. So this Jello shot one is here, but then we have to get this one when it uploads. And the cool part I'm looking for in this video, is right here where she's using the okra. That's so sweet. So that's going to be great. So I don't think I'm going to need to keep all of that. Probably just, shorten that a little bit. Do you even need that? Maybe even not. I don't think so. I think we're going to start with just the rinsing and then head straight to this okra. And that's going to be so effective. And then we can trim this too, because we're not going to need all of this. But look at that. These are great clips of what we're doing with the okra. That's beautiful. That's pretty great. I think that's going to do the trick. I really make sure it's not too long, which it doesn't look like it is, actually. Yep, and we were shooting for 30 to 45 seconds, she said. So shorten it just a little bit, but look at that. That's pretty cool. And we can always trim some more off if we need to. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it how it was. All right, we're almost done with this uploading. And then we'll see how it is, and then we'll layer in the audio. I'll figure out how to do that. After this finishes uploading, we'll go back into Instagram and layer in that audio. What she told me, what did she say? Oh, she told me to screen record the audio. That's what she said. Okay, cool. All right, so we'll do that next. I'll show you how I'm going to do that. This is almost uploaded. And then you can extract the audio from the video. Yeah, so exciting. Okay, almost there. Oh, there was one more that I needed, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, there was one more. It was one of how the okra looked when we harvested it. Okay, so let me get that one. Upload from this device. And that was going back into the media folder. I'm in there. Truly living well. 235. Perfect. That's it. Great. So this is gonna go right before the Jello shot one. Can I just pop it in there? Is that let me do that? Awesome. And then, which one was it? Is it right? 069? It's been such a short video. Forever. I don't want to replace it. I want to add it in. Okay. No. I just need you to insert in there. Don't want to replace. I don't really want to do that either. I need you to just get in here. Oh. Let's see if that works. Okay. Cool. So now, let's just see what the video looks like. I'm sure it's too long, but let's just see what it looks like. A picture of me and Sydney. There was one of, yep, the watering. I don't think that's in there, is it? Nope. So we have to have that. Then we need to put this watering one in here. Okay, it's me and Sydney. So watering. Then that's how it looks. Then we go over to making the Jello. This is great. So now I just need to trim things down a little bit. Like there's no need for, I guess we'll know more when I get the audio. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to screen record the audio, and then I'm going to start to layer it in. So I'll be right back. Okay, you guys, so I finally figured out the screen record. The secret is, which maybe I should have known, is that you don't use the CapCut screen recording feature, which is what I use to record how I save audio and reels in Instagram. And the reason you don't do that is because the audio is just terrible. Instead, you use the screen recording feature on your phone. So whether you have Android or iPhone, if you pull down, then you'll see the menu option to screen record. And that's what you use to screen record. And then you just send yourself an email or a text in my case. And then now I'm going to upload it into CapCut. So that's where we are right now. So upload from this device, and then let me find my audio. And it's a video, but we're going to extract the audio. I'll show you how to do that. So open it up. Okay, sweet. And also I should show you guys this too. So if you remember, there was audio already on a couple of these videos. Like this one had audio, and this one did as well. Well, there's a feature in CapCut. You can right click and say, it's not showing you there. But see, it says recover audio. That's because you were able to split the audio. So I'm going to show you how we're going to do that with this video that we just recorded, because all we want is the audio. Okay, so here it is. And if we play it, so in the way. All right, if we play it, we should hear the audio. There we go. But we don't want the video, so we are going to say, hopefully, there we are, to separate the audio. So there we go. And then we don't want this video. All we want is this audio. So I'm going to try to delete this, hopefully. Let's see. Beautiful. And then my audio remains. All right. So now we can just do our fine tuning and line up the audio with the video. So already I know that I want it to start like about here. So I'm going to clip that and then drag that over. Let's try it again. A little bit too much trimming. Let's see here. I can already tell this is the tedious part, right? Trying to get that just right. Let's see. Okay. Good. So let's start this at the beginning, then let's see how it's looking. So you guys think this is pretty good. Obviously my video is longer. So, but I really like the way it's flowing. I think I can just trim some things out, and that way I can keep the length of the song. So like already I can tell that I don't need all of this extra-ness. Like maybe about right there is fine. We're doing a lot of stirring. Let's watch it back again. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to stop recording, and then I'll come back once I have the final version. Hey, you guys. So I am back with Sydney.
Hi.
To show her the final results, to show her and you the final results. To let you guys know, one thing that I had to do was change the aspect ratio. I had to crop it because my videos that I use, a lot of them were shot long for YouTube. So I still may have made some final tweaks, but I'm pretty happy with how it came out. Are you ready? You got to make the camera so we can see your reaction. Okay.
I like it because it did tell a story.
Didn't it tell a
You
story?
went from the farm getting the okra, and there you guys are cutting it. And then did you have one of you boiling it?
I don't know if it showed her boiling. It showed her, showed her chopping it, then her
Putting it
into,
somewhere.
Yes.
But anyway, then you get into like it's in the Jello shot. So
Yes.
that was really cool.
Right.
And then you did good with keeping the clips on beat.
See?
Yes, very nice.
So what I'm going to do now, just to polish it up, is to go and tweak each individual frame, make sure that it lines up right for the Instagram format.
Yeah, and then just make sure if your audio gets a little messed up from doing that, because you're going to have to cut anyway, always know you got that extracted audio.
Right.
You can
I
always
can go back
import.
to. Yeah, that's super handy. All right, I'm going to do that. And then my last two items are to come up with a catchy title.
And are you going to add any text to it? Or are you just
I'm going to add, at the very beginning, I think I'm going to add a catchy title. And that's going to be text over it. And then I'm just going to do some captions in the text itself.
Very good. Are you going to do that because you can either do that in CapCut or you can do it on Instagram.
I was thinking I was going to add the title in CapCut and then do the captions in Instagram. What do you think?
I mean, whatever. It doesn't really. They're both fine to do. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll do it. I'll let you know when I have the final product. But I'm so proud of myself. It took me hours.
Okay. It's your first one.
Yeah.
First storytelling one. So I think it came out really good.
Thank you very much. Yay.
Oh my gosh. So you want to talk about your project?
I am so excited. So I'm so glad that I took copious notes because I didn't get a chance to really do it till we got back from all of our trips and stuff for the holiday. So I had my notes and I walked through it. So the first one were to find reels and audio that I liked and then save it. And it's funny because Instagram is always doing shit, right? That I was just like, it was kind of daunting to figure out like how difficult it was going to be. But it turned out, oh, it's just like a little flag there. So that turned out to be a lot easier. Then I saw how you can create folders too. So I may use that eventually because you've been talking about that. But so it's super easy. Of course, it's a little bit annoying that you do it one way on desktop, one way on your phone, one way for audio, one way for video, I think it is.
Yeah.
But whatever. But it's at least it was a flag for both of them. So it's like, find the flag, capture the flag. So that was fine. And then it took me a minute. I'm not really on Instagram that much for real. So it took me a minute to see, where all the reels were that I can just scroll through, like reels specifically, where I can just scroll through all of them.
Oh yeah.
So listen, I'm just on there randomly, I guess, when I'm on social media.
You probably just scroll on the For You, like your home feed, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So really, finding ones that were doing well, and then kind of keeping that going, where you can see different ones, and then the same with audio. Now, what I didn't do, which you could talk about a little bit, is I didn't see which ones were trending audios. So here's how I did it, and you can tell me if my method was wrong. So I would just like be going through the reels and I see there were a lot of like original audio that I had passed by to get to some real audio that I could use, but I saw up at the top where it said what the audio was or whatever. But how would I then know this trending or not? Are there arrows right there?
So usually, at least on the iPhone, I'm not sure if it's the same for all phone types, but for me, when I see a video, the audio is always at the bottom of the video, right?
Yeah, well, on my phone, it was at the bottom.
Yeah. So that's really interesting that you were navigating it on the computer. But yeah, so on the phone, it's at the bottom, and then next to the audio on the far left-hand side, you'll see an arrow that's pointing up right.
Okay.
Like this. And that's how you know it's trending, when it has that arrow.
So if you don't see an arrow, it's not trending.
Yeah.
And is there an easy way just to like go through all the audios that they have available, or you go reel by reel?
So normally I go reel by reel, but I do think that there is a way for you to see all of them. For me, I'm already on the app all the time, and I feel like my Instagram's really smart. Like I feel like for me, it's kind of catered certain things to me of like, these are audios that you're gonna like, that just kind of already show up on my Reels page. But I think there is a way, I'm just not sure how, but there is a way for you to see what's trending.
Yeah, that would be really cool and really easy. But it wasn't a big deal because there were so many cool Reels to choose from. It was really easy for me to find an audio that I liked. So, and when I found that one, it just kind of spoke to my heart. So save that.
So you.
Isn't it great? So I really liked it. So I knew that was it. So then I went into the CapCuts. Well, no, then I thought about, because you told me that I needed a cohesive idea, right? So what was my cohesive story that I was?
And did you find reels that like?
Yeah, I found some examples that I like. Most of them were cooking, which kind of makes sense.
Yeah, yeah.
Most of them were cooking, like the transformation, like from one ingredient to the next, and all that. So that felt right. So yeah, so I found those and saved those as well. So then I had those in the back of my head. And then I knew that the story I wanted to tell was planting something and then using it. So, because I didn't want to go through the hassle right now of filming, I want to use content that I already had.
You have so much.
I knew I had content from the farm of us going to the farm and planting and harvesting some things. And then I knew I had a few videos that showed how we made things already. So I'm like, okay, let me just put those together. So that's when I went to my drive and thinking that I'm pretty organized when it comes to managing my media. So quickly was able to find photo of like me and you at the farm, Jason watering something, me showing an okra that I was about to harvest and how long it was. And then a video of Kirsten making jello shots. Like, bam. So wrote down which files those were, then got into CapCut, and it was able to easily upload those. CapCut is really easy to use. What I really appreciate was how you can separate out the audio.
Yeah.
Because two of the videos that I used, they had audio already in them. So be able to just separate those out and delete the video, or then delete their audio or mute their audio. And then the tricky part that I had at that point was so there were a few tricky points. It was tricky trying to record me recording. So I was trying to do a screen recording, which I thought was in CapCut of me recording the audio. And what I had already experienced when I was trying to use Loom at the very beginning to record me showing the guys how to save my audio is that a lot of these apps won't let you record Instagram. And so I thought there was something wrong with the app. For a while I was using Loom and I could, like, the camera was on, mic was on every other tab, but when I hit Instagram, all of a sudden, and I was all on the internet trying to figure out why isn't Loom working, blah, 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 but then I found out that was why. But CapCut does not care. So I had to use CapCut to record me showing how to save the audio. So when I went to do the screen recording, I guess I intuitively thought that I was supposed to use CapCut to do the screen recording as well. And that audio was trash. So I think I had to then go watch a YouTube video. And then that's when it pointed me to just using your phone, Maya. Really, this makes so much sense.
Yeah, it's so much. Yeah, that's why. So I should have specified this because like we work very differently. Like I feel like I am very more
You're
like
on your phone all the time.
Yeah, I'm more phone heavy for sure. So like if I can do it on my phone, then the next step is my iPad.
Which I don't get because you can't see well.
My text is bigger on my phone.
Oh God!
They have accessible settings, right? So my go-to, So with the phone, it's easier because it can go from just filming in the way that I normally film, right? That vertical format that already fits into Instagram, to boom, just plugging it in. I don't have to transfer it anywhere. I can just, what I mean, to just editing to boom, post recording, recording the audio, screen recording to posting it. You know what I mean? It's just very like I'm on the same thing instead of moving from one thing to the next. For me, I realize like that's just
it can lead to errors.
It can be more time consuming depending on the quality that you're filming at. Like if you're filming at a higher quality, it might take a longer time for things to maybe airdrop in or like get upload to the drive for you to use them again and gotta save it to your computer or like. So for me, it just felt like
just do it all
way easier. It'll be even easier if the iPhone had like a place for you to put like an external hard drive or something where it would be more intuitive. But since it's not like that, like this is just what works for me. But
got it.
You made it work.
I made it work. So and after it was super easy. I think, and I was watching. Is it Issa Mimi who we watch?
Oh yeah.
So I was watching. She and Josh talk about how they make videos too, and they were really emphasizing, which I agree, to get your clips in first, but the audio in second.
Yes.
Do not try it the other way around because you'll never get that timing right.
You're not, and then also sometimes the timing, like you'll be able to see because the story that you're trying to tell and be like, okay, do I need to actually hit this exact beat, or if I hit the next beat, will that be fine? Right. You know what I mean? Because everybody's video is different, but trying to make it work.
Yeah. So this way was really great, and I think the beat, like the beat of the song, it was so smooth and consistent. That it just kind of flowed anyway. It really fit the video anyways, and so I didn't have to do too much to it. When I finished laying down all the clips, it was like, I don't know, maybe a minute and 3 seconds or something like that. So but then it was really easy for me to see pieces I wanted to trim out anyways. And again, shout out to CapCut. It was great because at the very end. So then you told me, about how the format wasn't quite right, but I was able to easily stretch it.
Yeah.
But then that last clip of the Jello shot, because when you adjust, a video, you're adjusting the whole thing from left or right, whatever.
Yeah.
So, but CapCut is super easy just to split it out, and then I can just adjust that one frame. Bang, bang, boom. And so I added in the video caption, I guess, or the title, whatever,
I saw
through CapCut itself.
I saw you chose a fancy text.
I liked it. And then I had ChatGPT, shout out to ChatGPT, help me with the caption for Instagram and the hashtags.
Very nice.
So it was really nice and easy and smooth. And what I like about it, because I do want to, I was talking with Avery, I want someone to come and take pictures at the shop more often and take videos of the shop more often and videos of me doing stuff more often. But now I'm not kind of blind as to what needs to go into the editing.
Mm-hmm.
And I know I can do it myself if I need to.
Yeah, because like it's really, as someone who just films myself all the time, it
Mhm.
really is as simple as just having a tripod with you and
Mhm.
like filming when you're doing different tasks.
Yeah, I
you
see
know?
that.
Like it's really, I think it's easy to look at someone's final product and to overcomplicate things. It can
Mhm.
always seem like there's a lot more that went into it than
Mhm.
it did, and that it's impossible to do it on your own. But when you're able to break it down into like easy, doable steps, especially
Just life. That's a life lesson.
that's a life lesson that like
That's a whole word.
it's literally all about just breaking it down to manageable bite-sized
Right.
steps and
Mhm.
going from there, you know.
Yep.
And it was really cool when you mentioned the cooking videos, because it's like cooking videos already tell their stories step
Mhm.
by step, whether it's like they're baking something and they're like, you know, getting all their ingredients out, putting them in, literally what
Mhm.
you were
Right.
doing. So it's really cool. I'm really proud of you.
Yeah, I found, and it was great because I enjoy cooking videos anyways, but it was like, wow, this is what we're doing. So it was not nearly as daunting. It took a while, but that's just because it was the first time, but it was not, it would take me half the time. It probably took me 3 hours.
And especially because like normally, like when I record, it's literally like one batch of recording is all for that video, right?
Mhm.
But for you, you had to go through the archives
Right,
and like kind
right.
of make the story yourself. So I feel like
Mhm.
it's either you're going to be spending more time on filming, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
And then the editing process won't be too bad.
Mhm.
Or it'll be like you're spending more time on editing and finding those bits and pieces
Mhm.
to create a cohesive video. So
Right.
so in the future, maybe when you bring a tripod to the warehouse or
Mhm.
anything like that, I feel like it'll be a lot easier because you can even have it in a folder of knowing
Yeah.
that all this content
It's
could be
for
going.
this purpose.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So
Awesome.
yeah,
So good.
so I guess the question is, would you do it again?
Yes, I'm gonna do it again.
Yay!
Not only am I gonna do it again, but like I said, I think this kind of arms me with the tools that I need when I'm communicating with people to tell them what I want in the video, how I want it to work. And I know I'm not an expert by any means, but I kind of know what is capable, which is really helpful. But yeah, I'm going to be doing more. I think I'm going to set up, like, why not? While I'm working, maybe I'll add that as a task list.
Or even when you go to the farm, like it's
Mhm.
not that hard to like get your tripod and then
Mhm.
have you and whoever is with you just like
Mhm.
walking down that middle area. You know what I
Right.
mean? Just like we're at the farm, and then like kind
Right.
of film, because you can make it like a little vlog day moment, like
Yeah.
oh, welcome to a day in a life as an entrepreneur
Right.
who grows everything locally. You know what I mean?
I fear though? I fear the camera getting in the way of the experience.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like I have to stop. Okay, let me go film this again. I have to stop this. Like, what if it's me? If it's me and Amiko, Amiko's my farmer. So we're walking to the greenhouse. So what, I have to have my tripod back there, then to go back and get it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So I think don't do it I
Mhm.
relate to you because this is something like in the art community why a lot of people are kind of split on
Mhm.
reels, because for me personally, I've stopped recording my actual drawing process.
Okay.
Like of me just drawing and going through that, because it kind of did take away from my flow of
Yeah.
stopping and going and stopping and going. So maybe you don't have to do it every time. Maybe you
Right.
can find like maybe what will happen a lot of times, like when I make my hoodies, me filming doesn't really stop the flow of me making my hoodies because I already
Mhm.
know what angles work for
Mhm.
me. And like there's billions of people, well, I think it's 1 point something billion people on Instagram, right?
Mhm.
I'm pretty sure you can use the same angles or
Yeah.
like, you know what I mean?
Right.
Similar methods, and you'll still reach new people who will
Mhm.
fall in love with your mission, your brand,
Right.
and all of that. So
Yeah.
I think it's all about, it's going to feel choppy at first,
Mhm.
but I think when you're able to sort of make filming, not think of it as this big thing, because some like, literally, here's an example. So when we were on the plane heading to Vegas, there was somebody who was just literally, she took a picture really quick of the sunset. It was like a boop, you know what I mean? Quick. That's literally how your videos can be. Like
Yeah.
5 seconds of
Yeah.
something going on. All right, now I'm digging into this.
Yeah.
Boom. You know what I mean?
Right.
I think just
don't overcomplicate it, and then just realize you don't have to do it every time. And Amiko's a star, so I don't think he's gonna be the one. I don't think he's gonna be the one being like, oh my god, the camera's on me.
No. Right.
If anything, it's gonna be like extra energy going into it, right?
Right.
So yeah, and if you're not in the mood to do it, don't do it. You know what I mean?
You know what? So what I was thinking was that if we're at the greenhouse or whatever, just have the camera up and just let it film.
Yeah.
But I think I like your approach better of just taking it, because you really don't need that much, is what I'm realizing.
Yeah.
You really do not need that much. Just to tell that story, even if I didn't have the video of Kirsten actually making the jello shot, when you tease that apart, it's like, 8 different clips? Like, it's really not that much.
And it's literally just like it does show how how I guess curated things are.
Yeah.
But like it literally is 3 seconds of a good moment.
That's it.
Right?
That's it.
Literally.
And so
all it is.
I feel like you're right. I feel that if I'm going to the greenhouse, it can be in the car, walking to the greenhouse, planting some seeds with Amiko, doing some weeding, whatever, like 5 clips. That can be.
And as you get used to it, you'll start to visualize what you want. It's literally an art piece. You'll start to visualize how, like, I want a closer up angle for this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the cool thing is usually most tasks take longer than 3 seconds to do.
Yeah.
So like if you look back and you're like, I don't like this.
Yeah.
It takes another 3 seconds to just zoom in a little.
Cool. So I think what I'm going to do, until I get, because I told you I want to hire somebody to do a lot of stuff, but one of those is to film content. But maybe I made that part of my weekly planning, like just try to film something that week, try to get something up that week.
Well, because what's cool too is like when you were mentioning even though these aren't my favorite kinds of videos, I kind of think they're a little lazy, but they work.
Yeah.
Okay, the ones where someone maybe is like sitting at their computer and there's like a loop and it's imagine that though with the farm, right? Like where you guys are all like in that greenhouse planting things that actually might be interesting to see, and then having like a little motivational quote. Like these little clips can be repurposed to be their own individual reels, and boom, you have a month worth of content that shares like your story and how, because something that I noticed when you posted your video, because I feel like people gravitated to it a lot because it shared a deeper side to EcoSlay that is part of the story that people fell in love with, right? It's not just the cute pretty hair and stuff like that. It's literally just what you guys are doing that's completely different than anybody else out there, right? So yeah, I think people overcomplicate things. You know what's complicated? YouTube. YouTube's complicated. Like you have to have so many like good moments in YouTube to create a long video that keeps people's attention. But Reels, like Reels are so easy. They're so beginner friendly. They're so fun when you come out with something that you actually love. And it's a really cool way for people to take a little bit of their time to connect with you.
Yeah,
right?
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited. Like I said, what I'm going to start doing is I'm going to, because I do my planning on Sunday anyways, right? So I know what my calendar looks like. So I can choose a moment like this. Like I'll film when I'm doing that, you know?
Yeah.
And just have it planned out. So I'm excited. I can incorporate this.
You can. And then you can even like, if you get more comfortable, bring a little bit of like you and your personal garden, how it's led to you composting and that journey and how this is not just about your brand, is about like a lifestyle that you are sort of drawn to.
People don't really know that. That'd be nice to share that.
It might be because people relate. Like I used to share, I should do more of this, but I used to share so many of my plants on Instagram. And so in that, my audience connected a lot with that. A lot of them were plant parents. Like we became a community of just like, we love plants. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so what's really cool is what's becoming popular on Instagram now is like, not just niching down and trying to sell a product. It's literally just being your authentic self and the different complexities that come with that. You know what I mean? And I think people would love to know you too.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Super excited. Thank you. What a great way to start out the new year. I'm excited for you guys to see the final video too. So we'll show that in just a second.
Yes.
What are you going to say?
I was going to say the first course that was flipped was a success. Yay! You did
10 out of
so
10.
good.
All right. See you guys later.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to Leaf Notes. If you're watching on YouTube, go ahead and drop a like and a comment letting us know what your takeaway was. And if you're just listening, head over to social media after taking a screenshot and tag us letting us know what your takeaway was. If you want to give us a rating, head over to your favorite podcast app and give us a 5-star rating or let us know what you think. This will help us connect with more business owners and creatives just like you. And with that being said, we hope that your business takes root and grows, and we'll see you next time.